Having written Hero, and I didn't even think I was writing it for myself, so many people tell me that the song has changed their lives. So many people have told me that it helped them, and that's why I do what I do. There's nothing like that feeling.
Alright guys, welcome back. Hope y'all are doing alright. So today I got a classic song for you. We're going to do Mariah Carey's Hero, and we're going to play it in that R&B Hendrix style kind of way. So I arranged this not exactly like the song. It's pretty much like 90% exact, but I'm just kind of doing some embellishments and kind of substituting some chords from what the original song is doing. But oh man, this is such a pretty song. Anytime you hear about like a top 100 song list, this is usually a song that's in there. And I have a great memory of this song. Like 30-second story time real quick. When I was growing up in 8th grade, my best friend's mom was a youth pastor, and every Friday night she would hold a Bible study at their house, and pretty much the whole school, the whole grade would show up there, and it was like a giant pizza party on a Friday night. And she sang this song one night. She was a professional singer, and I forget what the group was. It was something along the lines of like Sisters with Voices. It's something in that kind of early 90s kind of soul pop kind of thing, and they wanted her to dress a certain way that didn't really align with her values, like as a Christian woman. So she left the group and moved out of California. And anyway, long story short, she sang this song one night as like an inspiration type of thing. And dude, I never heard, that was like the first time music really hit me. Like to hear a woman sing that incredible, like the way it hits you in your face when someone that can really sing. And man, she was, I mean, a soulful black woman just melting your face off, belting out this song. It was the most incredible thing to this day that I think I've ever experienced. Okay, so we're going to start out with the intro. There's a piano intro in the beginning, and we're basically just going to walk down the E major scale, okay? And this isn't exact, you know, I'm not trying to be exact with this, I'm just doing something that sounds cool. So we're going to do our first change from E major to C sharp minor, and we're going to connect those chords by outlining some of that vocal melody, piano melody, and use that by using thirds out of our E major scale. So you'd have, right, so if you walk down your E major scale in thirds, right, that's all we're doing. So you have this harmonic on 12 on the low E, then I just hit this double stop on 9 on D and G. And so hit that double stop twice. Really the whole key to this song is the melody, right? Just being in time with the way the vocal melody swings. So you just have the after you hit that D and G on 9 twice, you have 8 on G, 7 on B, and slide that into 11 on G and 10 on B, right? So you get, then go back, you can let the E ring open if you want. then get your 9 on G and B. We're basically just outlining your E major triad. Okay. Then we're going to go back. We're going to hit 8 on G, 7 on B. And this will lead us into our C sharp minor. Put my thumb on 9 on the low E, mute out the A string, have D on 11, bar G, B, and E on 9. Okay. Okay, it's all about the timing there. And I just kind of give it a smack, and then we're going to do this walk down. Okay, so once you hit that, and you're out of the little piano intro, I'm going to pull off. I'm going to bar G and B on 9, pull off 11 G and 10 on B, and then slide in on 11-10 G and B up to 13-12 G and B, and then walk back to 11-12 G and B, and then get 9 on G and B, and then have 8 on G and 7 on B. Alright, so you have... Okay, so then we're going to slide in to our A major chord after you walk down. Basically playing A major with E in the bottom, but I still keep the A in there. So you can just have your thumb on 5 on the low E, have 7 on A and D, 6 on G, and 5 on B. And I just slide in and arpeggiate it. The pattern pretty much on every one of these, or at least for the first two, just going to be hitting the low E string, and then hitting G, B, back to G. Alright, and then we're going to go down to G sharp minor. Same thing, right? Slide in with your thumb. I kind of hit the octave with it. So you have 4 on the low E, mute out the A, 6 on D, bar G, B, and E on 4. Okay, so then hit 4 on G, 4 on B, and then back to G. Alright, so you get... Then we're going to do the same thing. Just go down a half step to F sharp, going right down your E major scale. This time we're going to hit 2 on the low E, then hit 2 on G, B, and E. Alright, so we have... Then we're going to go into B sus4 to B7. Alright, so you bar all of 2 from A down, have 4 on D, 5 on B. Okay, then move your pinky back to 4 on the B string, that'll be your B7. Okay, so that whole little intro, we got... Okay, then the vocal melody starts. Okay, so we're basically going to outline all this with thirds. You could look at this as being a B major triad, but I just look at it as another part, another double stop of thirds, right? So we're just going to hit D, G, and B on 4. Okay, this one you could pretty much call it B major, right? And then I'm going to hit 8 on G and 7 on B. Then I'm going to slide in to 11 and 10 on G and B. There's a hero or whatever, you know. Okay, and after you slide in to 11 and 10 on G and B, we're going to play our first inversion of E major. Have open E, 11 on A, bar D, G, and B on 9. Alright, so you have... I kind of vibrato these chords a little bit, give it more like a vocal quality. And then we're just going to go back and forth. We're going to hit the open E, and we're just going to pick the chord, kind of give it a pedal tone. And then as we switch to D major, okay, hold down this bar chord, and we're just going to pull off. I'm going to pull off 11, 10 to 9 on G and B. Okay. After you pull off 11-10 on G and B, go into your D major, 10 on the low E, 12 on D, 11 on G, 10 on B. Okay, and then we're going to do some of that vocal melody. We're just going to slide up these thirds, right out of your E major. And we're just going to hit, slide in 11 G, 10 B, up to 13 and 12 on G and B. That look inside your heart. Okay, and then from here, go back to your D major chord. Alright, so after you hit that D major, then we're going to do this little lick that leads us into C sharp minor. Okay, so hold down that D major, 10 on E, 12 on D, 11 G, 10 on B, right? And then actually keep the D unfretted. Just have your pinky down on 13 on G, have your middle finger down on 11 on G, and have your index finger down on 10 on B, okay? And you want to kind of drop your wrist a little bit, make sure you hit that B and don't mute it out. And we're just going to pull off with our pinky, right? Hit the G and B together and pull off from 13 to 11 on G while hitting the B string on 10 with it. Okay? And then just walk down 12 to 11 on the D string. Okay, so you have and after you hit 12, 11 on D, then we're going to form, we're basically going to play a C sharp minor 7 and then hammer on to 11 and 10 on G and B, right? So have your thumb on the low E on 9, bar D, G, B, and E on 9, and then hammer on to 12 or 11 and 10 on G and B. Okay, and then just kind of hammer on and strum it. Okay, so that don't have to be afraid, right? So you have after you do that little pull off, we're going to hammer on, right, and get the octave there. So you have your C sharp minor 7 fretted, and then just hammer on from 9 to 11 on D. Then I'm going to go back and just do a real kind of sharp down up and just go from that C sharp minor 7 to hitting 11 and 10 on G and B. Okay. Okay, then we're going to walk that down. And I do this little kind of scratchy rhythm in between. So we have no, 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 no. So after you hit that 11, 10, and then we're going to walk down and do B sus4 to B major. Alright, so you'd have your thumb on 7, then have D and G on 9, have your middle finger ready on the 8th fret on G, and 7 on the B string. I hit the high E with it. Then just take your pinky off, and you'll just hit a regular B major. Okay, so that'll be our whole little intro part. So you'll have okay, then we're pretty much going to repeat the same thing. There'll be a change at the end here, but we're going to walk up the same way. Just have D, G, and B on 4 to 8, 7 on G and B. Slide into 11, 10 on G and B. Back into our first inversion of E major. Open E, 11 on A, or D, G, B on 9. Same lick. Okay, do your little pull off on 11, 10 G. Back into our D major. Okay, and here's what we're going to change. We're going to follow the vocal melody. We're going to slide in, use your pinky and ring finger on G and B on 12. Slide into 14. after you slide into 14, get G and B on 11, 10, and slide into 13, and slide back into 11 and 10, right? Okay, and after you slide back from 13, 12 to 11, 10, we're going to do this lick, right? It's a D major lick, but we're going to lead us into C down a half step, right? Or a whole step. So we're going to have so have 9 on G, 10 on B, and then have 11 on G fretted, and pull off 11 to 9 on G while hitting the B string with it, and then walk down 12 to 11 on D with your pinky and ring finger. And after you walk down 12, 11 on D, you're gonna hit C major, okay? 8 on the low E, beat out the A string, have 10 on D, 9 on G, 8 on B, okay? And then I'm trying to follow her vocal melody, so I'm gonna strum down, I'm gonna shake the chord a little, and I'm gonna hit the B string to G, and then the open E again, or the low E. And then I'm just going to slide back from B major to C major. Alright? And then just hit the low E again, right? So you have a... And then just end it by hitting the low E on C there, right? So you'd have... After that C major, we're going to do an E major lick, and that's going to lead us into our B sus4. Alright, so the little E major lick, bar G and B on 9, hammer on and pull off 11 on G, okay, and then hit 11 on D, and after you hit 11 on D, slide back to 9 on D and pull off the 7. Okay, so you'd have... Alright, so you get... Alright, then back to your B sus4, 7, 9, 9, 7, and then your regular B major. Okay, then we're going to walk this in to the chorus part. We're going to hit 7 on the low E, slide in 9 to 11 on E, then hit 9 on A. Then we hit our first inversion E major again. Hit the low E open, 11 on A, bar D, G, and B on 9. Okay, now we're going to do the When the Hero Comes Along part. So just strum this, hit the pedal tone. Alright, so then we get into the, where am I? We're basically doing the intro now, right? And then a hero comes along. Alright, so you just hit that double stop. 9 on G and B to 8, 7 G, B. Then slide up to 11 and 10. Then hit 9 on G and B twice. Then hit your 8, 7 G, B once. That'll lead you into C sharp minor. Alright. I'm just going to put the tab up on the screen instead of calling all this out. So then back into C sharp minor. Alright, I'm going to follow that vocal melody. So once you're there, we're going to go, we're going to pull off 11, 10 on G and B, pull off to 9 on G and B, then slide up to 13 and 12, then go back to 11, 10, then hit 9 on G and B, then hit 11, 10 on G and B again, and then I just slide back 12 to 11 and pull off to 9. And that'll lead us into A major, right? So you get... I kind of smack these chords in between. So then we go down to A major, 5 on the low E, 7D, 6G, 5 on B. Then you cast your fears aside. Alright, this is a cool part, right? So we're basically just going to do thirds on the B and E string. So after you hit your A major, I'm going to go 5, 4, B and E, to 4 and 2, B and E. Then I'm going to slide from 2 and 4, B and E, up to 7 and 5. And then go back to 5 and 4, right? This is basically your E major triad. After you go back to 5 and 4, we're going to play a G sharp minor 7 to a G sharp minor 7 sharp 5. So have your thumb on 4 on the low E, mute out the A string, bar D, G, B, and E on 4. Then put your finger down on 5 on the B string. And we're going to walk down to F sharp minor. 2 on the low E, 4 on D, bar G, B, and E on 2. And then we're into the I Know You Can't Survive. Okay, so we have, where are we at? Alright, so we're going to walk up from F sharp minor, and we're going to play B major to B sus 4. No, you can't. And the survive part we're going to slide into. So you have your B major, 7, 9, 8, 7. Okay, to 7, 9, 9, 7. Then just slide up from 9 to 12 on the B string. I just kind of slide up and slide off of it. And then back into your first inversion of E major, okay? And then we'll just change the vocal melody the second time. Alright, so the second time, where are we at? So when you feel, right? I just kind of hit 9 on G and B, and then pull off 11 to 10 on G and B. And then slide up 13 to 12. Go back to 10 and 11 G and B. And then hit 9 on G and B. And then hit 8, 7 on G and B. Back into your C sharp minor. Then we're going to pull off again from 11, 10 on G and B to 9 on G and B. And after you pull off here, we're going to slide up from 7 on B and E to 9, back to 7. Alright, it's just the E major lick. Then we're going to go 5 and 4 B and E to 7 and 5 B and E. Okay, so you have sometimes I pick it. You can slide back and forth. I think I slide into 9 and then pick 7. Alright, so after you go 5, 4 to 7, 5, back into your A major. Then we're going to play that same part. Alright, same thing. 5, 4 to 2, 4. Slide into 7, 5. Back to 5, 4. Then your G sharp minor 7 to G sharp minor sharp 5. To your F sharp minor. Here I'll do a little lick. I'm just going to pull off. I'm going to hammer on. I'm going to rake down on it. Hammer on, pull off 4 to 2. And then pull off 4 to 2 on D. Okay, so and then A Hero Lies in You. So here, when we walk up from this F sharp minor, we're going to play B sus 4 to a B major to pretty much like a B9, because we're pretty much, all we have here is the root and the 2, right? We just have a B and a C sharp. You can call that whatever you like. So that's what we're doing. We're just hitting 7, 9, 9 on D and G, 7 on B. Take your pinky off, hit 9, 8, 7, D, G, B. Then walk back. Keep your thumb on the low E on 7, D on 9, and your index finger on 6, right? It's one of those Mayer stretches, alright? Back to your B major. And the U will be just pulling off. So pull off 11, 10, G and B, and pull off to 9 on G and B. Okay, and then you're just going to hit your E major, first inversion. Okay. Alright, so then we get into this cool bridge part. So after you finish on this E major inversion here, so that's what we're going to play through. So we're going to do a combination of that Hendrix thing and doing some open chords just to give it more of kind of a booming, airy kind of feel. So we get in out of this E major, and we're just going to get into that C major by doing this lick. So hold down 11 on A, bar D, G, and B on 9. Go back and forth between that and the open E. And then just bar D and G on 9. Hammer on and pull off the D on 11, and then slide back from 11 to 9 on A, and then pull off to 7 on A, and then go straight into C major. Alright, your C major will be 8 on the low E, mute out the A, have a 10 on D, 9 on G, 8 on B. Alright, just kind of go down, down, up, down. Then we're going to walk down to G over B, right? You know, you have that little lick here. But we're going to put B in the bass here, so have 9 on the D string, 7 on G, 8 on B. Have your thumb on 7 on the low E, and mute out the A. Okay, I'll give you your G over B. Basically this chord. Alright, and then from here, we're going to do this little lick. Just have 7 on G, 8 on B, hammer on and pull off from 9 on G, back to 7, and then have 9 on the D string, and then we're going to slide that down to 5 on D. Alright, so after you slide down to 5 on D, grab G major, have your thumb on 3 on the low E, mute out the A, have 5 on D, 4 on G, 3 on B. Okay, and then from here, we're going to go from G to D. I don't play a lick on G. Then go to D major. We're just playing like a D sus2 shape. Have open D, have 2 on G and 3 on B, but use your index and middle finger so we can play this lick. We're just going to hit G and B together on 2 and 3. Hammer on and pull off 4 on the G string. Okay. And then we're going to have D on 4 and then pull off the 2 to open on D. Alright. Okay, and then from here, we're going to go into C major. Alright, so then you have C major, 3 on the A, 2 on D, open G, 1 on B. Okay, and then from here, we're going to go to G over B, have 2 on the A string, have G open, and then B and E on 3. You can hit the open D if you want to. I usually mute it out. Okay, so you have... Then we're going to do this bass walk down. We're going to have G major, and then just 3 on the low E, and then you can put your B in it if you want to. add that in. 2 on A, have D and G open, and then 3 on B and E. Okay. So then, and then we'll go D sus. Where are we? I lost my place. Hold on. Yeah, so you go from G major to D with F sharp in the bass. Thumb on low E on 2, mute out the A string, have open D, G on 2, and B on 3. Then we're going to go to E minor 7, open E, 2 on A and D string, open G, 3 on B, and open E. Alright. Okay, so you have. Then we go back to D sus 2 after that E minor 7. Open D, G and B, 2 and 3. Okay, then we're going to walk it up, do it the second time. We're going to play this little D major lick out of your first inversion chord. Slide up to 9 on A, hit D, G, and B on 7. Then we just repeat, right? Back to C major, back to your G over B, back to G major, okay, D major with that lick, back to C major. Then we're just going to hit G over B, have A on the 2nd fret, and then I have G open and 2 and 3 on the B string. You can hit the open D if you want to. And then we're going to go B sus 4 to B major. Alright, have 7 on the low E, mute out the A string, have D and G on 9, and 7 on B. And then take your pinky off of 9 on G, and have your middle finger on 8 on G. Hit the open E string with it. Alright, and then you can do that lick we did in the beginning, and that'll lead you right back into the chorus, okay? So that's the whole bridge part, right? So that's the whole thing. We'll play through it real slow, right? Alright, so then we get to the ending, and the ending is going to be the same as the beginning intro that we did. We're just going to add 2 extra chords at the end to outline more of the vocal melody when she sings "A Hero Lies in You" for the last time at the end. So you do that same walk down intro, right? Then we're going to go B sus 2 to B major. And then I'm going to end on an E major 7. The record doesn't do that. I just think it sounds cool. It's a pretty way to end it when you're playing solo, and it kind of has a bit of an outside kind of bend to it at the end. It kind of bends your ear a little bit, right? But you can substitute any E major chord you want there that you think sounds good, okay? So that's the whole ending there. You know, "A Hero Lies in You." Alright, and that E major 7, just open E, 7 on the A string, 9 on D, 8 on G, 9 on B, and the high E open. And I just start from the high E to the low E. Alright, so that's the whole ending part, right? Alright, so that's everything you need to play it. It's a beautiful song. I've always loved this song. And there's a lot of cool ways you can voice the chords, okay? I didn't get too crazy with that because I was doing a bunch of licks in between. But you can voice all these differently. Really explore that, because these are the types of songs that are really receptive to being able to, you know, alter the chords in different ways and use different inversions and different voicings to get some cool, kind of more jazzy sounds if you wanted to, and just experiment with using different licks in between the chords. It's very pentatonic friendly, and that's everything you need, right? So hope you enjoy it. Just practice slow, have fun. I'll see you next time.